Welcome back to our newest deck introduction on Reno Mage. The advent of Reno Jackson in League of Explorers brought about a new archetype to Hearthstone, referred to now simply as a Reno deck. True Reno decks only have one copy of each card to ensure consistent activation of the powerful Reno Jackson heal effect. For many seasons, the only viable class for the Reno archetype was Warlock, since the life tap hero power allowed players to compensate for the inconsistency of only having one copy of each card. However, the Mean Streets expansion introduced several powerful cards that has allowed a Reno Mage decklist to emerge. Within weeks of the new meta, Reno Mage jumped from its traditional tier 3 spot all the way up to tier 1, establishing itself as the 4th strongest deck in Hearthstone in the most recent meta snapshot. There are two resources that allow a mage to contest Warlock as the best Reno class. The first is strong single card AoE. Volcanic Potion, Frost Nova, Blizzard, and Flame Strike allow the inherently control-oriented Reno archetype to stall the game efficiently and consistently. The second is Mage's Ice Block, which offers an additional way to prevent early lethals, which are common in the current meta, and allows players to maximize the value of Reno Jackson, while setting up combo plays and finishers. There are two styles of Reno Mage that are strong in the current ladder. The first and less common style is much more tempo-oriented. It uses strong early game minions like Water Elemental and Faceless Summoner in combination with minion developing removal like Twilight Flamecaller and Firelance Portal. The finisher in longer games involves developing the Atiyesh weapon from Medivh the Guardian and using high-cost spells like Flame Strike and Kazakus potions for dominant late-game tempo plays that most decks cannot contest. In this style, cycle is less important since onboard value is much easier to come by. Finding additional spells with cards like Ethereal Conjurer and Kabbalist's Tome is essential for ensuring that you can close out the game and have valuable activators for Atiyesh. The more common style of Reno Mage is combo-oriented. It functions much like a Freeze Mage deck. The goal is to manage your health total as a resource in order to assemble a set of combo pieces, discount them with Emperor Thaurissan, and amass a fireball arsenal with Archmage Antonidas to finish out any opponent that's managed to survive long enough. Complexity in Reno Mage varies by matchup. Against aggro, aside from drawing Reno Jackson, the tricky part is ensuring that you set up a board state where you can finish the game after your Reno Jackson play. Some players will automatically allow the aggro opponent to pop Ice Block before playing Reno, and this isn't always the best line of play. Burst decks like Aggro Shaman and Pirate Warrior can easily find 30 plus damage by turn 6 and 7, so assembling follow-up plays to close out the game can be as important as surviving to turn 6 for Reno. In general, if playing Reno Jackson offers decent tempo on board and your hand has a strong follow-up play, dropping him even if it's not healing for 29 can be the best play versus aggro. In mid-range and control matchups, the difficult issue is finding your spells throughout the game so that you have something left to combo with Antonidas or even an Atiyesh activation. Your usage of Dirty Rat and Mind Control tech should be tediously determined. Many of these matches comes down to how each player used their own Dirty Rat or Mind Control tech. Kazakus and Manic Soulcaster are essential in longer games, where utilizing Brand Bronzebeard with Kazakus can be its own win condition. By doubling up on the right cards at the right time with Soulcaster offers more value than most decks can deal with. Be careful with the different mechanics that shuffle cards into your deck with Reno Mage. Some players new to the deck will accidentally activate Soulcaster twice with Brand, which can be strong at the right time, but also devastatingly wrong if you're hoping to activate Reno, Kazakus, or Inkmaster Celia on the coming turns. Also, finding a second Forgotten Torch through Babbling Book, Ethereal Conjurer, Kabbalist's Tome, or even Cabal Courier can be powerful, but take care not to deactivate the Highlander cards with a second Torch shuffle as well. The biggest decision to make with the current Reno Mage lists are the style choices described earlier. Medivh lists are quite different in play style from Antonidas lists, and working with the style that's most comfortable is essential for success. Mistress of Mixtures has been rotating in and out of many lists. Her value as an anti-aggro card is a meta call, since each card slot in Reno Mage is essential to the deck's overall power. Twilight Flamecaller is another card that can be used often, offering potentially game-winning moments against aggro, but it is almost useless in Reno Mirrors in games versus Priest, Jade Druid, and other dense minion-based decks. After countless seasons of Reno Mage being simply that other Reno deck, the weaker one you could play if you're looking for a challenge, it seems that the archetype is here to stay. It's consistent, powerful, and frustrating to play against because it can be difficult for any deck to beat. Players are easily climbing to Legend, pushing to rank 1 Legend consistently. If you're looking to invest your time in learning a deck that proves to be top tier in the coming months, then Reno Mage is right up your alley. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.